Okay. Got it. Yeah. So, we are live. Now, here's the thing. I was watching a few videos and Adam Pearson did one. Rubenstein did one. Magpie Channel also did one. And Tyneside Life was the last one I watched. And it's about Newcastle United, our football club, and where we go from here, because we got to move forward. This season is we got 10 games remaining, and we got to try and win as many of those 10 games as humanly possible. Now, my thoughts on the matter are I'd like us to win at least 9 of those games. So I'm just waiting for people to come in to this live and then see what their opinions are. See, my opinion is this. I want the Leazes Terrace end to be developed, i.e. an upper tier, and I also want the Gallagher to have an upper tier. And considering Darren Eales and also Amanda, Miadad, and Jamie have a say as well. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see a tunnel effect over the road at Strawberry Place, and these things are not beyond our club anymore. What I mean by that is our club is majority owned by the PIF, which is a public investment fund of Saudi Arabia. And the PIF have a staggering amount of money. So they can pay for the best architects on planet Earth. Now, I was contacted yesterday about the NFT, which I also found on the Shields Gazette, and it was also in the Chronicle as well. And I'm glad that our club is now doing NFTs. Really glad. Because it is the start of a new era for our club. And I don't know if any of the other Premier League teams have NFTs, but Newcastle United could actually go one step further. You see, we have Peter Silverstone, who is our commercial director. And I used to message Peter on my LinkedIn until I got locked out, sadly. I've struggled to get back ever since. However, I think that Newcastle United as a club moving forward could build a fan-based ERC20 to be used for merchandise at the club shop and also for meals on match days as well as during the week, because we have banquet rooms within St James's Park. And yeah, I mean, these banquet rooms where food and drink, there is various different events going on at St James's Park, like companies have meetings there where there's a lot of people come to those meetings. And with an ERC20 for our club, what's happening is that you could pay for merchandise of shirts, shorts, socks. In the old days, when I used to go into the club shop, there was, what was it? Oh, Andy, we need an official WhatsApp group. I'm very surprised. Well, Andy, see, the thing is, right, I am doing web design for different ERC20s to link them to Facebook, to Instagram, and beyond. Plus, I am doing things on TikTok and other things as well as that. So I'm only one person, you know. I mean, the whole purpose of like this live, which I'm doing today, is because I'm so pleased that our club have done a NFT of our players. Hopefully Amanda will do NFTs of the ladies team, and that can help with the ladies team moving forward as they climb up through the divisions. And you know, I don't know if you know this, Andy, but I wrote a letter which was multi-points to Darren Eales and the management of St James's Park. It had the outside of our stadium, St James's Park, huge murals of ex-players, like as tall as the building, so that any visitors coming to the city would see these murals of like Bruno, Sven Botman, Anthony Gordon, Alexander Isak, and others. And I even posted a video, was it yesterday? It must have been yesterday, with a challenge, because I ideally want for YouTube to monetize my channel. And it was to send my videos to 10 of your friends. And the reason why is because I want my channel to grow, as well as the things I'm doing in the background. So I've put chat on slow mode so that I can control chat from where I am. Now, you're on about the WhatsApp. Yeah, I'll look at the WhatsApp, and it'll be Newcastle United related. But Andy, I want people to behave when they're in that WhatsApp. So I will do it, but like I'll stipulate rules for people who are coming in, because last year was absolutely horrific. And going forward, I've changed. You know, I mean, there's many things about to happen, and they are all positive. I mean, we've got 10 games left in this season, and I'd like us to win as many of those 10 games so we can climb to the holy grail, which is the Champions League spots. And that means all of our players, Anthony Gordon, Miggy, Alexander Isak, possibly Callum Wilson, if he can come back from injury, Harvey Barnes, and Elliot Anderson. I want them all to club together, to sit like in one of the players' houses, to turn around and say, we have to, as players, pull this one out the bag. And if they can do this in the 10 games that are left, then it is possible that Newcastle United can surprise the rest of the teams in our league. Because that announcement yesterday with Quid for the NFTs, brave step. Yes, very brave step. And I want Newcastle United to push further, so that, you know, if we create an EOS, well, say we, if Peter Silverstone, our commercial director, can create an ERC20 for the fans to use for things when they're at St James's Park, well, that's going to be awesome, isn't it? So that's what I'm looking at the minute. And also Eddie Howe Hope of Tyneside Life was talking about, yeah, a green screen. Yes, that is on the cards. I will figure that out. Maybe I'll figure that out when I'm on the mobile, because I'm on the mobile more than I'm on my laptop, which I'm sitting in front of now. And yeah, I'd like to overlay graphics. I've just been looking at something. What was it? Effects House. I've just downloaded the software for that, but that's for another platform completely. And for us as a football club moving forward, Andy, I want to be able to see Newcastle United push to get into the Champions League spots or Europe. Yes, it's going to be an absolute solid task. That is true. It is going to be an absolutely solid task, but it's not impossible. And that's my point. If our players want it badly enough, I mean, take last season, for instance. Yeah. Last season, We played Southampton at St James's Park at night, and that gifted us into the next round of the Carabao Cup, and we did eventually get to Wembley, and I want us to get back to Wembley. I want to be able to, this time when we do go back to Wembley, to travel down from Nottingham with the family and do a podcast as I'm walking up to Wembley. That's my aim. But that's up to our players. To get to Wembley, you have to earn it. And that's my point. You see, we've got 10 games left in this season, and our players have to basically earn that right to go back to Wembley. So we can't do it this year because we've had the hardest draws that imaginable. And that's my point. You see, when you've had that, oh, what have I done? I clicked on the damn button. Never mind. I'm still here. I'm still with you. So, yeah, when we played Manchester City, I was hoping, I was crossing my fingers, crossing my legs, but we didn't perform on the pitch. And that's a downside. That's been lacking this season, considering, we were, a couple of months ago, we were playing in the Champions League. And that's where I want Newcastle to go back to. And yesterday, I set a challenge. Do you know the day when I set this live up? What I wanted was a box full of Newcastle United fans, and I've got one person here. But it is what it is. And the thing is this. My hopes and my dreams for Newcastle United moving forward is we can. And that's up to our players. It's up to them. It's up to our players to step up, to perform on the pitch at St James's Park and at other grounds, because 10 games we've got to get maximum points in those 10 games, as well as hopefully not getting injuries, which means we're having to rely on the young ones like Tino Livramento and young Miley and Elliot Anderson. I mean, they have shown when they've been on the pitch, they have shown that they're capable. And the likes of Harvey Barnes needs to follow Anthony Gordon, the work that he has put in this season by getting as many goals. See, our club moving forward, we need to progress, and we're not. We've had a lot of injuries, that is true. And we've had turmoil as well with our director of football being poached by Manchester United. I mean, crazy. I know he wants to go and meet up with his mate, but the thing is, could Newcastle benefit from Shilajit? Yeah, they could actually, because Shilajit is packed with energy, and you don't need a lot. What I do is I dip the spoon into the little jar, put it into this in hot water, and I drink it. And it gives me the energy, that gives me the focus to do what I'm doing at the moment. So it is possible. Now, as our club moves forward to next season, I wanted to get your opinions. Now, there's 5 here. What I want is your opinions on this. Do you want St James's Park to be knocked down and then rebuilt? Better. What's your answer? See, I don't want St James's Park to be knocked down. I want them to, because we're paying for the best architects and designers, I want them to be able to bolt onto the Gallagher and upper tier, and then run that upper tier all the way around to meet up with our Leeds End and the Sir John Hall stand. So what's your opinion? I mean, the chat is on, I've put it on 40-second delay. But come on, you tell me, do you want St James's Park to be bulldozed and then rebuilt? You see, this came from Tyneside Life, who I was watching yesterday. Hey, Paul G. Beard just popping in saying, I am too drunk for deep mental Right. Okay. Good, Father. Okay. But I'm just talking about our club moving forward. That is why I'm doing this live. And I'm going to do more lives like this. It's just I'm bouncing between different projects at the minute. It's been one step forward, one step back most of the season from Andy. I just hope we can retain our most talented players. Yes. Apparently, there is going to be a clause because Dan Ashworth will be going to Manchester United. It's kind of nailed on, but there's going to be a clause that he can't poach the likes of Bruno and other players. So yeah, there is that. And the thing is this, I believe within, not this season, not next, but 26, 27, because our club now has NFTs, I think this is going to happen, where players who we love, Anthony Gordon, Alexander Isak, and Lewis Miley, Who else? Tino Livramento and others are tied down to increase their wages. That's what I think, so that we can keep them within our squad. And I think that's going to happen because we're still waiting. We don't find out yet, but we're still waiting for funds from when we played in the Champions League. Also funds from Adidas, and the extra funds from Quid, which is QUIDD. Right. BF Aiken, did Newcastle steal the NFT idea from you? I wrote to Darren Eales and management, and I said to them, I didn't just say that about the NFT. I also said to them that what I would like to see at St James's Park is our superstars to have huge prints of them, and they would be around the stadium, so that no matter which side of the stadium you're coming from, be it Barrack Road, you would see them as you're walking down Barrack Road. As you're coming up the boulevard, you would see these huge pictures of the likes of Bruno and others. And I wanted that for Leazes Terrace End, as well as for Sir John Hall Stand. And I also said to the club, bronze statues of the likes of Peter Beardsley, Andy Cole, because when Andy Cole played for us, that was a record season. John Beresford, Paul Gascoigne, and Chris Waddle, John Anderson, McCready as well. And I wanted statues like in a ring around St James's Park, so when people are like coming to visit Newcastle, maybe on business, what they could do is, as they come up to the stadium, because they're going to want to see things, they could have a photo opportunity, like that thing that's behind us. You could have the statue outside of St James's, where they've got the photo opportunity, so that they're showing the bronze statue and themselves, and then send it to their friends on social media. And that gives Newcastle United an even bigger footprint digitally around the world. So, Andy, we get a laugh at, because when we've never won anything, you have to try. You see, my nana always used to say to us when I was a kid, you fall down, you pick yourself up, you dust yourself down, and you move forward. Now, take last season. Everybody doubted Newcastle United could get to Wembley, but they did. The only problem was when we got to Wembley, maybe the occasion got to our players, because they certainly didn't perform on the pitch at Wembley. Now, had they seen pictures of Trafalgar Square, in London, maybe they would have performed better. Maybe. I don't know. You see, things like when we took over London last year, if that doesn't inspire you when you're out on that pitch, what will? And this is the thing, you see, with our club moving forward. One thing I would dearly like to see is this. When they introduce that ballot system, throw it in the trash can so that genuine fans, not these fans who have come in after Amanda, Mia, Dad, and the PIF overtook our club, because that is spoiling good people. I mean, you think back, right, when he owned the club, that fat person, yeah? 10,000 walked away because they were fed up. The reason why they were fed up was because we'd been relegated twice and he wanted to have players on peanuts. You can't do that in the Premier League. He stifled us. Is Paul? There is a picture of you in a Man United shirt. I'm not on Twitter. I left Twitter. Sorry, X. I left it. It's still on my mobile phone. It's just I made a promise, and that promise was I would come back to Twitter as 32K TV. And that is the only way I will come back onto that platform. And all those people who will be waiting to rip the biscuit, they'll be sadly mistaken when that happens, because the picture and the person who is replying won't be me. It'll be somebody who I've delegated to do that. So anybody can put a picture up of a banana. I don't care. I really don't care. See, I've said many, many times, and this is why I walked away from that platform. Even Evermore NUFC is considering walking away from Twitter X, because it's like walking in sulfuric acid rain. You're going to get hurt. And that is because Elon Musk, he wants freedom of speech. So you can rip a person to shreds and nobody will do that about it. Be a vegan. You do know films and TV shows can't be made in 32K. You're very correct, be a vegan. But guess what? That will happen. I have a plan, and I had that plan at the beginning when I very first mentioned it. The plan is simple. It is to build it. And then when I've built it and people can see it, then to speak to that person down in London, Richard, You know, the one I'm on about at the Premier League. That's who I'm looking at. Now, if that happens, because when I went down to London for the demonstration, and we all stood on the green at Parliament Square, that was my aim. I didn't go with everybody else down to Premier League HQ, and the reason why was because my mum, who was with me because I was her carer, she needed to go to the toilet. So we had to find a disabled toilet in London. So that's why I didn't go down to the Premier League headquarters. But the intention with 32K TV is to offer the service to the Premier League. And if that happens, well, we shall see. And hiya, Ratan. I do try. Sometimes I fall on my backside, but I still get back up. Now, the thing is this. There are 9 ARC20s, and it is going to be, I think, in the region of 500 or higher for them all to go live on Ethereum mainnet. Now, if I'm doing one at a time. 32K TV is going first. Dual Energy second, and others will follow. And then I can turn around and say to Universal Credit, thank you very much, and I'm off. And I will be working, but there will be a CEO who will report to me, because, like I say, the job rules, they will be delegated by each CEO. There will be lots of things going on from next couple of weeks to the start of the season, next season, and beyond. And the one thing is certain. Things are looking up. And with Dual Energy, what will happen with that is I'll purchase a house in Newcastle, and that is going to be used when I come up to St James's Park, so that I don't have to drive back down straight away. So I won't live in Newcastle, but I will come up and visit. Well, the disabled ramp, that was taken away by a scrap metal company. It was advertised on Marketplace for 7 months, and nobody asked about it. Nobody said anything about it, and it was proper doing my head in. So I rang up a scrap company. They came out, and the guy basically, the money that the scrap company gave was absolute crap. But like I said, it's gone. See, one thing, right? You know, the broadcast cameras, which are at St James's Park for a live game. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to take the camera and we're going to take it apart and then rebuild it so that the image pops at you and you won't need glasses. That's what's coming. So there's going to be, I will try and schedule. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to tell you that, Rattan, but yeah, it needed to go because things are changing. I mean, last year was an absolute disgrace, a total and utter disgrace. Even, here's the thing, right? Even the job centre called me in 3 times. Yeah. The 3rd time they called me in was late July. And the guy, it was an over 50s meeting. The guy turned around and spoke to 14 people in the room. I waited right until the end. The guy turned around and he said, according to the system, which I've just logged into, there's 2 people living at your property. I went, impossible. I says, go into my journal and look at December 19. When he did, he went, you're asking for a headstone. I went, there's your answer. How is the wind power going, Paul? I'm still finding dead birds every week. Well, I'll tell you this much, right? Around about the Long Benton area, or possibly the Coast Road, the ERC20 is going to buy the land, and then we are going to build across the whole plot. So there you go. Have you ever thought about a Filipino or Thai wife? No. The Philippines is what, 8-9 hour in, like, no. If I'm gonna get a wife, she's from the UK. I mean, trying to put your arms around somebody in Philippines from here, you have to have long arms, man. So no. She would be from the UK or America, because I'd like to go to Colorado, buy a property in Colorado, but not the Philippines, no. You see, I've seen too many programs where they look nice and people have been shocked when they've went to do something, and you know, there's dangly bits. So no, nothing from the Philippines or anywhere in that region. So, well, 44 minutes. I'm not too bad. Here's a quick question as you're all here right now. I asked this earlier. Quick question. Do you want St James's Park to be pulled down and rebuilt. And you tell me. I'm going to give you 5 minutes, right? Because I'm doing this as well. I'm going to do it for an hour. Okay. So it's 45 minutes and 16 seconds. So you tell me, because Tyneside Live said yesterday in his podcast video, option 6 was pulling down St James's Park and rebuilding. So you tell me what your thoughts are. And there's 6 of you. And the other question is this. The 6 of you here, if you share one of my videos to 10 of your friends, I can get across the finish line. Okay. Yes, we need a bigger stadium. We need to relocate it in the middle of, if the moor can't be touched. The town moor can't be touched. Lees's Castle cannot be touched. The arena area cannot be touched. And also where Newcastle United Golf Club area cannot be touched. Money does talk. You are correct. However, there is conservation orders on the town moor, Nunsmoor, Castle, the Castlegate part, which is the other side of the Leazes, and the arena land, and the bit just below that is there's going to be 1,000 homes built there. The time, if there is a time for me to come back to live and work in Newcastle upon Tyne, is if my ex moves to a different country. There's your answer. You see, there's too many people in Newcastle that drive buses that know me. So there's your answer. I mean, yeah, Ratan, you've got a very valid point that money does talk. However, my plan was to relocate the properties on Lees's Terrace, to buy the whole area and then move it brick by brick to somewhere else in the city and rebuild it. I can't leave my hometown because of a woman. I just did 5 years ago. You see, her husband used to play golf with me, and he knew for 5 years. He used to come up and say to me at work, I've got a long weekend coming up. And I was like, what? He went, oh, let's go and have a round of golf. And he used that information to his advantage when I was put on late duties at work. So when I was driving the bus at work, he was at home warming my bed up. So no. Don't let an ex stop you coming home. Do you know one thing, right? I'm going to be absolutely honest with you all. In times when I've came up to St James's Park, I've parked the car up with my brother's sons, and we've walked down Westgate Road. We've gone to the Dog and Parrot, so I could see Steve Wraith and Malcolm McDonald, who is one of my heroes. Spoken to Malcolm a few times. He's a very wonderful man. I used to listen to him on Metro Radio when he had the Legends show. And it was a lad from Sunderland and a lad from Middlesbrough did the show. And I'd go from the Dog and Parrot after saying that. I'd go to the gate because my brother's boys wanted to go to the gate to what's that bar called? It's got upstairs and the downstairs where they do the food and the darts. And then we'd leave there and we would make our way up towards Chinatown. And we'd go to the Strawberry. And from the Strawberry, I would go to the East Corner to chat to like Sir Adam Pearson, Eddie Hope, PD Proudlock, John Sinclair, Paul Ditchburn, and others. And then I would, when the lads would go to Shearer's to grab a quick pint, I would speak to everybody the East Corner, and then I would go and speak to the food bank and Steve Hasty. Some of the times when I went there, I would speak to the Newcastle MP, Chi. Lovely lady, absolutely lovely lady, who helped me as well. Because when I had my benefit stopped, she got the benefit back, and she also got me the carer's allowance. So, yeah, then I would go into Shearer's Bar or try to get into Shearer's Bar. And if I couldn't get into Shearer's Bar because of the bouncers on the door, I'd wait outside, do another video, and then we go into the ground. But yeah, my fear was always turning a corner in Newcastle and my ex and her husband, bang, right in front of us. I was like, whoa, no, don't want that. So, what is it? There is a man on Twitter who arranges straighteners. oh my lord. No, you see, the thing is, she made the choice, and you know, you've got to think of it that way. She made the choice to sleep with somebody else and then marry them. Anyway, yes, I am a Geordie, and had like things being different. So, Mike Oxlong, Paul, I'm going to make you into a meme coin on an ERC20. You can't do that. No. You see, you can create a meme coin. Yes. I'm going to make a couple of meme coins, and they are Newcastle based. But you can't make a meme coin out of an ERC20. It's impossible. What was it? Beer Viking. Maybe he just had a bigger... I don't really care. The honest answer, Beer Viking, I don't care. I give 6 years of my life. That's it. Paul, I have to go back to work. Great live. Thank you. See you soon. Yeah, you be safe, mate. And the reason why, like I say, I did this live today was gauging opinion. Would you like to see bronze statues of ex-football players of St James's Park, Gaza, Andy Cole, Peter Beardsley, McCready, John Anderson, Malcolm McDonald, and others dotted all around the stadium for you to get a photo opportunity? And would you like to see St James's Park rebuilt? So 58, you know what it is? I've done pretty good. 56 minutes. You can't profit on an NFT you don't own the rights to. Right. Let me just tell you something, okay? The NFT of the Newcastle United shield, I never made it. Somebody else did. And that person who made that offered them to a person who does a YouTube channel through Black and White Eyes. And that person who does that YouTube channel was offering them to everybody. So what I basically did was I had an idea and I followed the idea through. I went on to design and I did that. So the design that is on OpenSea is mine. I own it. So there you go. A lad once offended me, Paul, so I got his sister pregnant. Well, that's a different way of handling it, but yeah. Man, that's a different way of dealing with it. Now, to all of you wonderful people, there is 6 of you in chat. Next week, I'll do another. So, mark it in your diary, if you've got one, that I'm going to come back. And the day before I do another one of these lives, I'll post a video to tell you. And then hopefully I'll get more than 5 people here. And one thing I'm going to say to you all is this. Send me videos and a message to your friends to subscribe, because it doesn't cost you a bean. I mean, to subscribe to me, it doesn't even cost you that. It's upside down, but it doesn't even cost you that. You see, my plan for this YouTube channel is 3,000 plus videos. If I get my way, by Christmas, there might be double that. Just so you know. For more views on the live, do it on an evening. Okay. Consider that done. Let's say a 7 p.m. gives you time to get home, get your scran, give the missus a kiss, and then you can come on. But each time I come on and do one of these, what I want to see is my subscribers jump. Is that fair? You need to pose a question in the live name and invite a guest. Well, yeah, I mean, I've spoken on the mobile to John Sinclair down in Gloucester area, Gloucester and Bristol area, and John's actually invited me over to his. So now that I've got the car, it is possible to have him on as a guest. So yeah, I will be changing things up, because I don't just operate here. I've also got the TikTok shop with this, and this is magic stuff. It comes with that, which is also magic. Well, it's magic stuff, but this bottle is full because I'm using the first bottle. And the reason why I've just showed you that is you can see when I tilt my head, yeah, I was getting very, very thin. Do you remember like that daft advert from years ago where the guy goes into a photo booth and he does that and he folds his hair over? Well, I was going a bit like that because of the stress of being a bus driver. However, that bottle I've just showed you, the natural rosemary oil, it works. All I've done is I've shaved me hair to what you can see now, more manageable. But as I say, with I was granted a business account, and at some point, and remember me, I'm looking to open a shop in Broadmarsh bus station because it's brand new. And when I was coming back from the job centre, I saw around about 30 empty shops. That's staggering. And like as somebody mentioned earlier, Mike Oxlong, ERC20 can only be used for business purposes. to build a new business. You can't use it for a meme or anything like that. Because I was watching a guy yesterday who in 30 minutes created Hammy, which is a hamster. It was just this part of the hamster, and he showed you how to create it. And I locked that video because I've got an idea for something which is seen in every county in England, but my idea was 15 years ago. But back then I was driving the buses, you know, so I didn't do it. But as a meme coin, and when you create it, you have to burn the LP immediately, otherwise it crashes. So, we have passed 1 hour and 5 minutes. So I will see everybody next week, 7 p.m. And we'll do another one. And we'll do another one the week after, and the week after that, and the week after that. Until the start of our new season. It'll all be related to Newcastle United, every single one of them, because that's our football club. Well, the viewers, they did jump up to 8. It's gone back to 6. And I was going to do a 50-minute. I'm over the 50 minutes. But spread the word to friends and family. That's all I'm asking. Just spread the word. I want more subscribers to my channel. That's it. There's nothing hard about it. And as I pointed out just before, it doesn't even cost you that. I'm more focused than last year. Much more focused. And that is due to that. Do you think we should sign Norwegian striker Henrik van... You thought I was going to bring that one out, didn't you? No. Look, whoever Newcastle sign for 24-25 season, let's just hope they can do what Anthony Gordon, Alexander Isak, and Mickey and Callum Wilson have done. Smash that back of the net. That's it. If they can do that, they will become Geordie legend. So, there you go. Thanks for coming in. And as I just said, simply spread the word. Because I can talk for ages on Newcastle United. I've been to St James's Park since I was a young kid. And I will be back up at St James's Park. So, goodbye. And have a good day.